Do you think, though, that particularly some of the younger movie audience, Chuck, will be turned off and not want to go to the film because the word war is something that they just like to stay away from?
Well, I think, obviously I don't know whether that's so. I doubt that it is. World War II was not the only just war. It was the most just war in living memory. And the world would not be where it is. The world, everyone would be in slavery if we had not defeated the Axis powers in World War II. I've never heard anyone seriously question that contention. Also, I think another thing, Midway, in the first place, is not, quote, quote, a war film in the way the films we made during the war were, which were quite properly propaganda films intended to stiffen our resolve to walk the long, difficult, bloody, and agonizing road that lay ahead of us. Instead, Midway is an attempt to render in quite documentary fashion one of the most important events of our time, and also it's an affirmative film, a yes film. I think too many films nowadays are negative films. A lot of filmmakers remind me of sick dogs licking their own vomit, and this is a film that speaks of man's capacity to do more than he thought he could, perhaps more than he should be expected to, but what he must.
How do you think this film is going to be accepted in Japan? Do you think they're going to say, well, there are the Americans telling their version of the Battle of Midway?
Quite the contrary. I know the Japanese are very affirmatively inclined towards the film. In the first place, it was a significant event for them too. And in the second place, the film, unlike, again, the films made during the war, treats the Japanese very even-handedly. It examines what their effort was, recognizes that the men involved in it were just as dedicated, just as brave, just as resourceful, just as intelligent as the men on our side. And the Japanese have not seen many films from America that present this view. And I know that they cooperated fully in the making of the film. Toshiro Mifune, Japan's greatest actor, plays Admiral Yamamoto. The Japanese made available Japanese combat film, without which, in conjunction with the American Navy's combat film, we couldn't have made the picture. There's no way of recreating those shots, even if you could afford to try. And I'm taking the picture to Japan next week, and I look forward to it.